guys ready? Peter, wake up.
I'm awake. I've never imagined Mickey Mouse being big like that.
Nigerian Barney was not looking like the Barney on TV.
You know that there's a difference between Santa Claus and Father Christmas.
Oh, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Assimilate, and this is another episode of In Motion, and today I'm here with
Taya, Rite,
Peter.
Kiitan.
And today we're going to be talking about Nigerian parents.
A fun fact is that people think that evolution happened through phyletic gradualism, but it actually happened through punctuated equilibrium. I'll explain it.
Don't explain, please. Oh yeah, we're discussing our parents with the help of Charlene. I think I forgot to mention that.
When I was younger, I thought my dad wasn't a very emotional person. I still don't think he is, but like there are just certain moments in my childhood that I remember. And literally, I just remember one time he took me to his office party. And you know how in Nigerian parties, they always had those dancing competitions.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one where you had to get your dad to dance with you.
Oh!
And I was like, there's no way this man is going to come and dance with me. But then he came and then we won.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's so cute. I used to cry at the end because I didn't want to go home.
It was so much fun.
My dad said they should stop allowing
That's
me
why
to
you
go.
cried. I used to cry because of those guys dressed in Barney costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be so scared.
So I had a 4th birthday party, and I really wanted Barney. I really wanted all these other things, and then the Barney came, but the Nigerian Barney was not looking like the Barney on TV, and I just started crying. Not because it's not what I wanted. I was terrified. I was like, no, I was like, this was the Barney I know. Daddy, please. And obviously I paid the guy, and my dad was like, yeah, just go. It's fine, whatever. I'm like, it's not the Barney on TV.
I'm sure he's used to that.
The Barney was not even purple like that. I was like, what's this? I was so terrified.
I've never imagined Mickey Mouse being big like that. So already, I'm like, why is this man or woman inside here?
Trousers are not be reaching you.
Exactly, their toes are not low. You have to see their leg.
Where they usually fail is also the eyes. The eyes are a very important part, and I feel like the eyes of Mickey Mouse are supposed to be big and cartoonish, and they were small and scary, and it wasn't nice.
That's how you know that there's a difference between Santa Claus and Father Christmas.
Right. That's
Oh my
true.
god, I don't know, did your parents ever delude you into believing into Santa Claus?
Yes, my mom was pretty invested in us believing that Father Christmas was real. We just knew presents appeared, and she said some man gave them some money. We were like, okay.
My mom said it's not of God.
My mom was always lying. She said she came first, second, and third one time. I said, how?
I mean, they told me those lies too. My dad used to drop me off at school in nursery 1. So he used to tell me bye. He would hug me and tell me bye. So one day my mom dropped me off at school. And she didn't tell me bye. So 30 minutes later, I'm just sitting in class, and I'm like, that woman did not tell me bye. So I run out of class and I start looking for her. The teachers are chasing me with cake. And I'm crying, mommy did not tell me bye.
How old were you?
I was 3 years old. And when I get back home, the teachers call her and tell her.
To tell her.
When I get back home, instead of her to apologize to me, she was happy that her son was missing her.
Ty, what were you gonna say?
No, your Barney story reminds me of this picture of me and my older brother that exists, and we're I'm probably 4 in that picture, and he's I don't know, 7, and we're both standing there so straight faced. We look very angry, and there's this fake Mickey Mouse standing next to us, and I can just imagine that is exactly why we were angry. If you see this picture, we look like the most unhappy children ever.
Another thing I want to say about Nigerian parents is I feel as they get older, they also get tired of parenting.
Oh yeah.
Because the way they're parenting my brother is very different from the way they parented me.
I literally, one time I came home from university and I just watched my 16-year-old brother and my mom, and he's like, hey bruh. He calls my mom bruh. That's his bruh. I haven't seen a friendship like that. Like,
That's also very interesting. So I remember when I first started saying guys, my dad was like, I'm not your guy. Like, don't say hey guys.
but now all of a
That's
sudden you're a
disrespectful.
bruh.
Now you're a bruh.
So
My mom, my dad, he was always very straight to the point. My mom was very sarcastic growing up. Like that was what she excelled in, and making jokes. One time that my little sister, she was giving them a hard time and we were at home. My mom told her that police is coming to carry her, and she was still forming because let them come now, let them come. That's how we had a knock on our door. Baba, she ran inside. My mom now went to the door. You know, and I said, hey, officer. She opened the door. My son didn't know. And my son was here. He said, officer, please spare my daughter. Oh, officer, please don't push me. Don't try and call me. Don't push. She was acting a whole Nollywood scene on her own. My sister inside saying, you should not push officer. And that was crazy. Like she used to crack us up.
When was the first time your parents spoke to you about relationships, dating, or love?
I can start because it's not something that I have to talk about with them much. So I'll say the first time was like when I was like 11, just a brief conversation. Don't think they've ever spoken about it since then. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable talking about those things.
Fair enough. I don't really remember ever like having a talk about like love, relationships, all of that with my parents. I know my mom has just always been very chill, and she always used to tell me I had a crush on this boy in primary school that I just didn't. But every time I saw him, she'd be like, oh, you like that boy, right? You like that boy. And I think for me, that's why it's always been so easy for me to tell my mom when I like someone, because like she'll talk about it but in an annoying way. My dad is the type of person that will tease you. Like, he will tease you. If you have a cold, he'll say, oh, it's because you're missing Peter B, ha, ha, ha. Like, just anything, he'll be like, oh, you need some TLC, ho, ho, ho. Which I think also kind of made me feel like, okay, like, love is just like a thing, but I wouldn't talk to him about it.
first conversation, kind of like Ruti, wasn't really like a conversation. It was just kind of like, don't date. And that was when I was like, I don't know, pretty young, honestly. I'd say I was like 12. And then the most recent proper conversation was actually like my sophomore year. And it was my mom like asking me, do I have a boyfriend? And I looked so bewildered because I was like, I don't know where I would have gotten a boyfriend.
So did you follow the advice and didn't date?
Oh.
Yes, I did follow the advice and didn't date. And she was thoroughly disappointed in me. So.
Seems like
my dad was just like your dad too. Like he'd find out and then like he start teasing me about it. Like I wake up late or something, he'd be like, you just finished dreaming about XYZ.
Yeah.
Never.
But like,
The first time they spoke to you about alcohol.
Oh, I can do this one again. He spoke to me about it for the first time when I was 21.
21?
Your dad?
Yes.
21?
And yes. It was like right after my birthday. He was like, Taya, you know, you're going back to Paris, you're going to live in an apartment by yourself. I just want you to know that Americans drink really crazily. Don't do that. Don't drink like them.
my dad told me there are 3 things that destroy men: drugs, alcohol, and women.
Okay. And then?
Me? So in freshman year, when I actually first started drinking, I would like be eager for the weekend to come so I could drink and go out. And like his wisdom was ringing in my ears. You destroy yourself. So I guess that was good advice. It helped me.
I mean, for me, fake news on WhatsApp,
Bro.
like it gets exhausting after a while, and I can't keep saying, please don't send me this content. Like, did you read it? Like, garlic is not going to make me grow. Like, just like random things that like, I'm like, why did you send this to me? Like, what's going on here?
It's not
5G
just
don't cause
parents
the
that are
coronavirus.
guilty of that.
For, like,
Yeah.
Nigerians.
for my mom, like, she likes to test the waters. She won't say it's her that's telling me this. She'll say, oh, Auntie Dupe said, and she'll be laughing to try to be like, oh, Auntie Dupe so silly. And she'll test it out just in case. I'm like, oh, like, it's legit.
Before, my parents were like disciplinarians that always just made sure my life was revolving around academics. Like, I would only watch like History Channel, Discovery, Nat Geo. Wow. I mean, thanks
I mean,
Mom.
now you're saying
Thank
things
you,
like
Mom, for-
equilibrium, dynamics, or whatever you said.
Thank you, Mom, for putting me onto those. But
I remember there was one time my mom sat me down. I think we had a fight or something, and she sat me down and she was like, "I'm your mother. I'm supposed to be your best friend." And I'm like, "What's doing this woman?" Like, okay. It was just a very awkward conversation for me. But I feel like after that conversation, like our relationship changed completely, and I think that's how she became one of my best friends. So that was something that's very interesting. My dad, on the other hand, I always felt like my dad was very all about education. I mean, he was very fun too, but he was the one that I would do my homework, he would check it. Like my dad and I, I'd say when I was younger, we had a lot of fun because he also used to take me and my friends to Ikoyi Club, and like he was also a very fun parent. But I wasn't very close to him. But I think as I've grown up, we've had our ups and downs. But I would say I'm definitely closer to him now.
Firstly, I want to say that I've not seen a parents child relationship like the one Sydney has with her mom. It's very, very weird. It's strange.
What do you mean?
Because they're just about anything. There's no limit.
Cool. So that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like, comment, and of course subscribe and click that notification bell. Actually, I don't think I like that. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.